2025 champion, Sabalenka. You heard it here last year when I made that prediction. All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome. We are ready to go. Center court, Wimbledon. We're watching Fonseca take Brooksby, but we've got Sabalenka taking on Bouzkova. And then Alcaraz comes on after, so plenty of tennis going on as we speak. Fonseca or Brooksby going to win, Cam? Yep, someone's going to win. All right. 15 love. Brooksby forehand to the forehand of Fonseca on the stretch. Brooksby with a drop volley. It's not very good. Fonseca gets there, but Brooksby backs it up for the cross-court winner. $30 love. $30 love. Brooksby serves. Can Sabalenka beat Vondrousova if they play? I think she can. Backhand goes in the forehand of Brooksby. Into the forehand of Fonseca. Brooksby down the line of the backhand of Fonseca. Brooksby backhand on the stretch. Fonseca backhand into the forehand of Brooksby. Again, the forehand of Fonseca. Brooksby backhand again. Fonseca slice. Brooksby forehand cross as Fonseca goes forehand wide. Brooksby gets the 40 love. $40 love. All right. 40 love. $40 love is Brooksby holds 4-3. Fonseca with a break. All right. Sabalenka and Bouzkova just warming up. And then we can see what happens. Now, Tiafoe is already up a break 3-2 against Norrie. And Keys is 3-2 up against Danilovic. So that's all happening. I was looking at the ATP rankings and I was shocked how Draper manage to be number 4 despite poor history at slams except for the semifinals of the US Open. He won Indian Wells. And made a bunch of finals of other tournaments. So, yeah, it's a shock if you only look at the slam results, but slam results don't. It helps obviously a lot, but yeah, Draper's been really good outside of that. You know, he's made some finals, won some smaller tournaments. The US Open helps a lot, but yeah, 4-3 Fonseca. But that's a good thing for Draper because it means that he has such an upside when it comes to playing these tournaments that he has nothing to lose and he could get. I mean, he could take Zverev's number 3 ranking by the end of the season if he does play, keep playing well. In fact, if he wins this tournament, he will be number 3. So that would be interesting, and he's very close to Carlos too if he does win the tournament. It's only Sinner who's miles ahead. All right, love 15, Brooksby. Serving the backhand of Brooksby. Forehand from Fonseca. Into the forehand of Brooksby. It's Fonseca forehand to the backhand of Brooksby. Again, the backhand of Fonseca sliced. As Brooksby goes again the backhand of Fonseca into the backhand of Brooksby. It's Fonseca forehand in net. Love 30. But remember this as well. Maybe if you don't watch tennis that much, you listen up. But those who know, Draper is probably going to qualify for the ATP finals, right? The ATP finals. he's going to get a lot of points for that too. So he might not have to win Wimbledon to eventually be number 3 by the end of the year, because by the time we get to, he's got the US Open to defend the semis, which is big. He's got to defend a couple of titles as well, I think, or 1 or 2 titles along the way. But if he does qualify for the ATP finals, he doesn't necessarily need to, win everything that he did last year. He could, he's going to have an extra tournament that adds a lot of points to your total, so. And Draper on indoor courts is pretty damn good. He's been pretty good. At least last year was good. I think 2 years ago he was pretty good as well. So if he does qualify for Indian Wells, for Indian Wells, for the ATP finals, which he will, there's a lot of upside. He makes the semis or the final of that, his ranking's going to go, his points are going to go even higher. 1540. So remember that as well. We've got to remember that he does have a bonus tournament. That's what they are, really, the finals. They're just bonus points. As we're back in now, cross court into the slice of Brooksby. Fonseca volleys it away. And he saves one, 30-40. Still a break point here to get back on serve. As he serves a fault, second serve. As the return goes to forehand of Fonseca. Backhand from Brooksby. Into the backhand of Fonseca, but Brooksby hit it out. And it's deuce. All right, last couple of serves, and then Sabalenka will begin. There's a bit of fault from Fonseca, second serve. As he serves an ace down the tee. Second serve. Was that 139? Shit, that was a great serve. All right, advantage. Fonseca to go to 5-3. Serving to the forehand of Brooksby. Fonseca backhand to the forehand of Brooksby. Has Fonseca forehand again to the forehand of Brooksby, and Brooksby hits it out. Fonseca 5-3. Nice hold. 5-3. All right, Sabalenka to serve. I'm going to go Sabalenka in a close straight sets, but I'm going to go Sabalenka. All right, 5-3. Fonseca serving to stay. So Brooksby serving to stay in the set. As Fonseca drop shot return in the net. $15 love. As the backhand return goes in the slice of Brooksby. Fonseca backhand again to the backhand of Brooksby into the front of Fonseca, but he hits it out. 15 all. As the return goes to front of Fonseca, Brooksby wins the point, though. Fonseca overhit it. Sorry, 40 love. I thought Fonseca was serving. My bad. 40 love. 40 love. I'm watching this Sabalenka start, and she's not in a good way. 15-30. Chance for Bouzkova to get a break point, and that's Brooksby hold. And Fonseca's going to serve for the first set. Fonseca's playing like prime Federer. I guess if you say so. Chad, don't get baited. Don't get baited by that comment. All right, Sabalenka 30-all. Do you ever sleep? Yeah, maybe. 40-30 Sabalenka. 40-30. Sabalenka serves an ace, and it's 1-love. How's the weather? Overcast and crappy. Okay. Is Pat Cash the guest of honor, or has he been overlooked for the 4th time? I don't know. I don't know what that is. What do you mean? All right. Fonseca, 5-4-7 for the first set. There's a backhand now from Brooksby to the volley of Fonseca. Brooksby's going to get there with the backhand, but it's in the net. And it's 15-love. So the PR next to his ranking, next to his name, Brooksby, is a protected ranking. So when an injured player is coming back from a long delay or a long layoff, they come back with a protected ranking so that they don't have to play qualifiers and don't rely on wildcards. So it's for players that have been injured for like 3 to 6 months, or three or more months. So Brooksby gets a chance to come back. I think he can play. He can use it like six times. I think 9 times. I think 9 different events he can use a protected ranking if he wants. And this is one of those times. All right, 15-all with an ace down the tee from Fonseca, 30-15. 30-15. Serve again. Into the backhand of Brooksby, but it's called a fault. Second serve. A couple of people wondering. Yeah, I've got to put... let me write this down. Chat, give me some of the abbreviations I use in tennis. What are the abbreviations in tennis that are in the draw that are confusing that I could that I need to add to the list? Anyways, 30-all as Brooksby hits it long, 40-30. Lucky loser, protected ranking, special entry, or special exempt, yep. 40-30. Wild card. All right. Fonseca to take the first set. First serve is a fault. Second serve. Qualifier. All right. Return goes out from Brooksby. First set. Fonseca. 6-4. And he's just watching. Fonseca's just looking at Brooksby as he walks to the chair. He's like, are you angry? What's going on with you? How are you feeling? All right, 40-15, by the way. As that goes out by Bouzkova. All right. Are there any other acronyms we need to use? I'm just trying to think. Anything else? Wild card, lucky loser. Walkover. Okay. Sabalenka with a smash. That's a winner. And we get to deuce. Qualifier. I think we've covered everything. All right. Yeah, DJ, that's actually a pretty good idea. Maybe we'll do like we'll make it commands for it. That'd actually be pretty good. That's actually not a bad idea. Might do that. So that way, if somebody asks and I don't see it, you guys can just like chuck it in the chat for somebody to read the. Like when somebody, like, what's the curfew, right? We have a thing for that. All right. Advantage, Bouzkova. As the first point goes to Fonseca, love 15. And Sabalenka hits in the net. It's 1-1. Bouzkova holds. Nine hours till curfew. That's it. All right. All right. Lob goes up by Brooksby. And then he hits a backhand down the line for a winner. 15-0. Big Foe won the first set. Nice. All right, 15-0. Sabalenka 30 love, by the way. As that goes to the net by Brooksby. 15-30. Chance for Fonseca to get the break early in the second. 15-30. All right, 15-30. Chance for Fonseca to break. As the backhand goes into the backhand of Fonseca. Brooksby forehand. Getting the forehand of Fonseca as Brooksby forehand to the backhand of Fonseca on the stretch. Brooksby can't get that one. Fonseca's got break points. 15-40. Sabalenka 40 love. All right, 15-40. One-stop shop for all things tennis. That's what we're here for. 40-15. That's what I want to turn this into as well, Chad. I want to try and, like, rather than just, like, watching matches and, like, just talking what's happening, I started this channel because I just watch tennis, but I want to turn it into something that, yeah, if people have those kind of questions, they can get the answers straight away, you know? Even if you're, like, just popping in to ask that question. Like, what's a protected ranking? And then you come in, you find the answer, you can leave and keep watching. Like, I just want it to be that, you know, that one-stop shop, you know? Even for, like, those kind of questions. rather than me having to answer the question all the time, or you guys, I've got to try and figure out some ways to make it. We'll get Nightbot doing some work. Anyways, forehand goes in the forehand of Brooksby. Break point for Fonseca. As we get a backhand into the forehand of Fonseca. Fonseca gets it out. And we get the deuce. Now we get the deuce. As Brooksby serves again. As we return now, out by Fonseca, advantage Brooksby. Advantage Brooksby. Brooksby with a serve. There's a fault. Second serve. Second serve. Into the forehand of Fonseca. Brooksby slice. Into the back of Fonseca. Is Brooksby backing again in the back of Fonseca. Brooksby now with a forehand. Into the net. We get back to deuce. All right. As we return now to the slice of Fonseca, Brooksby backhand to the forehand of Fonseca. As Brooksby goes to the backhand of Fonseca, again the forehand of Brooksby. Fonseca forehand goes wide. And it's advantage Brooksby. You want questions? Who's the tallest Wimbledon champion ever? Goran? Why did that sound so aggressive? Why did you... You want questions? You want questions, funny man? All right, then. Who's the tallest? That's how I read that. Maybe you weren't saying it like that, but it sounded aggressive. I think it is Goran. I do think it's Goran. Backhand rally. Let's do a slice. Into the backhand of Brooksby. Slice from Fonseca in the net. Brooksby holds. 1-love. Yeah, I think it is Goran. I'm just trying to think. It's definitely not... I mean, Murray was... Goran was 6'4". Murray 6'3". No one... The tallest Grand Slam champions in the world, Medvedev, Cilic, and Del Potro, and none of them have won Wimbledon. So, yeah, I would say it's got to be Goran because he's around 6'4". So, yeah, that seems to be the right answer. Krajicek? Yeah, maybe Krajicek back in the 90s. Krajicek was a tall Dutchman. Actually, no, it is Krajicek. He was 6'5". Yeah, Richard Krajicek. Good pickup. Good pickup. Whereas Goran was 190. Oh, they were both 193, and then Krajicek was 196. So yeah, Krajicek's the answer. Good pickup. There you go. So it is Krajicek. Anyways, 15-love. As Fonseca serves. Another fault, second serve. Yeah, see, look, if I don't have the answer, someone in the chat does. That's the best part about this community is that a lot of smart people here. You help me, I help you. But it's a good way to go about it. Yeah, 96 champion. That 96 Wimbledon needs to be studied. It probably has. Anyways, backhand goes into the backhand of Sabalenka, but it goes out by Bouzkova, 15 love. What about the shortest winner? I don't know, because you can't find how short players were back in the 30s. So it's kind of impossible to find. There's probably players that were like 5 foot back in the day, but you just can't find them because they didn't record that sort of stuff back in the day. 30 love Sabalenka. Also, Fonseca in trouble here. 15-30. Also, it goes out by Brooksby. It's 30. Oh. Nice hitting from Fonseca here to winner. 30 all. There's a return now from Brooksby into the corner. Fonseca. Brooksby gets there, but Fonseca volleys it away. 40-30. Sabalenka 40 love. Maybe explain the different tiebreaker rules. They confuse me. So, the easy explanation for tiebreaks is that at a Grand Slam, if it goes to a final set tiebreak, it's first to 10. Any other tiebreak in tennis goes to 7. So, yeah, that's as simple as it gets. That's all you need to know. Grand Slam final set tiebreak. So 5th set or 3rd set for the ladies. 5th set for the men. 5 sets for the men, obviously. For the ladies, 3 sets. If it goes to the final set as a tiebreak, it's 10 points. First to 10 points, but every other tiebreak is even outside of slams, in slams, every other tiebreak is 7 points. But you have to win by 2 points. So if it is 6 all, you have to get to 8. So you have to win by 2. So, first to 7, win by 2. First to 10, win by 2. If it's final set tiebreak for the slams, which I think is, I don't like the tiebreak in the final set, to be honest. Go back to when it was play as long as you need until you win, or at least cap it at 6 all, 12 all or something. I don't know. 15 love, Brooksby. There's a bit of forehand now to the backhand of Fonseca. Brooksby again to the forehand of Fonseca. He puts it in the net. 30 love. $30 love. Serve again. And an ace. Brooksby, 40 love. $40 love. So Sabalenka 3-2 in the first. Bouzkova serving to the back of Sabalenka. Sabalenka in the net. 30 love. There's Brooksby 40-15. He makes the error. We've got Alcaraz coming on after the Sabalenka match. And then we've got Raducanu Vondrousova. We've also got other matches we might add on because everything's getting pushed back because of the rain delay. So we could watch something a little bit later as well. Maybe someone like a Svitolina or Palini, maybe. All right, nice hitting Brooksby. 2-1. He's not going down without a fight. All right. Okay. By the way, other news, we've got Jarry's up a set against Tien. Norrie and Tiafo. Tiafo's up a set already. Hashanov's down 4 love in the first. Keys is up a set and a break. So is Cartel. And Fernandez is down 5-1 against Sigamund. 1-5 down. So that's a bit rough. All right, 30-15 as Bouzkova serves into the forehand Sabalenka. Bouzkova backhand. To the backhand Sabalenka as Bouzkova with a forehand into the forehand Sabalenka, who hits a winner. 30-all. 30-all. Do you think Fonseca has potential to beat Alcaraz or Sinner at all? Yes. I don't think, not on the first try. I think if he plays them, this year, probably not. But maybe after a couple of tries, yeah, I think he can. I think he's got the potential to beat them eventually. It's hard, though, because we haven't seen them play once. So what we'll do, right, is they'll play once. Let's say Fonseca and Sinner play this year. If Fonseca does some good things but loses, we can talk about those good things and what he could build on the next time they play. So when they've never played, it's so hard to go. But he's got the game that could push them. I mean, if he can beat all these other guys and push these other guys that those guys also push and beat, then why couldn't he beat them? But we've got to see them play first, so then we get an idea of what that matchup looks like, because it could be terrible. Or it could be like Fonseca could win, and then you'd be like, oh shit, of course. Because the matchup, we just got to wait and see. But I think he could, yeah. Bouzkova drop shot on the volley, and it's 3-all. 3-all. Hey, Dave Grohl's in the house. Is he all? He came last year, and he didn't know who was who. They invited him back. All right. 40 love Fonseca to level this second set. All right. Oh, pardon me. Fonseca holds. As we return now from Bouzkova, goes long, 30 love Sabalenka. $30 love. As she serves again, a let. Serve again, into the forehand Bouzkova. Sabalenka backhand cross court, sliced from Bouzkova, but Sabalenka volleys it away. And it's 40 love. Easy game for Sabalenka. 40 love. And Sabalenka serves a fault. Second serve. As the return goes in by Bouzkova, 40-15. Sabalenka to stay in front. As the return goes into the back of Sabalenka, Sabalenka gets it out, 40-30. Great drop shot from Brooksby. 30-15. All right, serve from Sabalenka is an ace, and she stays in front. 4-3. 4-3. As Fonseca, it's a lovely pickup, and the crowd go wild. Brooksby had a lovely drop volley, but Fonseca was too quick. And somehow, just flicked it cross court. Crazy shot. All right, 30-all. Chance for Fonseca to get a break point here. As Brooksby serves a fault. Second serve. Serve to the forehand of Fonseca. He overhits it on the return. 40-30. By the way, chat, I got to tell you, I have no idea who Cliff Richard is. I know who he is, but I don't know who he is. I've seen his face, and I know he sang a song at Wimbledon. I couldn't name you one Cliff Richard song. I have no idea. Is he only famous in the UK? Is he only I have no idea. He's a singer and a performer, and I couldn't tell you anything. He sang a song at Wimbledon once. That's all I know about him, and he's famous in the UK. Does anybody know any songs? It's probably a bunch of famous songs that I probably heard, but I wouldn't know it was him. But what? I have no idea. He sang "Singing in the Rain." There's no way he made that song up though. I heard that song's from the 50s. He didn't make that famous, surely. He sang that. "Singing in the Rain" was back in the 30s, right? He didn't. Did he? Did he? He wrote "Singing in the Rain." He didn't make it. He just sang it during a rain. Oh yeah, he sang. Okay, well that doesn't even. So he sang a cover of a song in the rain. So he didn't even sing his own songs. That's crazy. I have no idea. I don't know any Cliff Richard songs. We're going on a summer holiday. Actually, I do know that song. He sang that song, or did he sing that? Did he make that song? By the way, Juan Carlos Ferrero is watching Joao Fonseca. So tomorrow, the schedule reads as such. Center court, Djokovic, Swiatek, Sinner. Court 1, Andreeva, Raducanu, Draper. God, Draper's not getting center court. That's crazy. YouTube him? No, I don't want to. All I know is that he sang at Wimbledon once, and that's the only thing I ever know about him. And he's a sir. I couldn't tell, but I couldn't. Again, maybe I've heard his music, but I just didn't. You know when you hear songs and then you go, "Oh, I didn't know who they sang that." There's probably things he sang, and I just had no idea who he was. He's got so much music too, and he was in films apparently. But he's just one of those people that you're just like, "Oh yeah, it's that guy." What did he do? What did he sing? He sang a lot of things, but I don't have any idea. He had so many songs. He's had so many number ones. So wait, did he have any US number ones? What's his biggest song? Congratulations. Never heard of it. Devil Woman. Should I know that song? Anyway, it's 40-30. All right. 40-30. Now it's going to screw my Spotify up, but fine. Cliff Richard. Anyways, 3-0. That was a Eurovision song? Congratulations with Euro. Okay. I know Devil Woman. I know that song. That's a good song. 3-0. I know that song. I've heard that song. I'm like, oh, yeah, this is, yeah, okay. When it kicked into the chorus, I knew that song. Yeah, I know that song. That's a good song. I like that song. I didn't know he sang it. Again. Yeah. All right. Would I listen to it? I mean, yeah, if it was on the radio, I'd be like, oh, this is cool. All right. I'm glad we got to the bottom of that. Okay, 4-4, by the way. Sabalenka serves. Yeah, Devil Woman, that was a good song. I know that song. Serve it was an ace by Sabalenka. All right. As with a 4-0 from Sabalenka, slice goes into the net from Bouzkova. 30 love. Congratulations is played at nearly every wedding, is it? That ain't playing at my wedding. Fuck that. Sorry. That ain't playing at my wedding. Faithfully by Journey. That's going to play at my wedding. I ain't playing that shit. Are you serious? Congratulations. You can get that shit out of my face. I'll play Post Malone's Congratulations before I play that. I'm sorry. That song ain't going to last. I ain't playing no Eurovision shit. Sorry. We're playing Purple Rain at my wedding. Anyways, 4-3. No chance. If that song comes on, I'm going to fire the DJ on the spot. No shot that's been played. Lag. You need to upgrade your phone, buddy. I'm sorry, that song ain't playing at my wedding. All right. All right. Oof, that song, it's going to get stuck in my head now. Thanks a lot, chat. Thanks a lot. All right. Next person who writes lag, I'm going to send to the moon. All right. 5-4, Sabalenka. Yeah, I'm gonna play Limp Bizkit at my wedding. Yeah, Limp Bizkit. That's it. All right, 15 love Bouzkova. Also Brooksby. He stays in front 4-3. Good serving from Fonseca. 15-all. Right. Alcaraz coming on after the Sabalenka match, by the way. As the return goes out by Brooksby, 30-15. As the forehand goes into the backhand to Sabalenka. That's a great shot. 15-30. Sabalenka trying to take the first set. 15-30. As Fonseca's a lovely passing shot winner, and he gets to 40-15. And Sabalenka can't get a set point just yet. 30-all. As Bouzkova serves again. Bouzkova serves. Into the forehand, Sabalenka. Return goes in the net. And it's 40-30 as we get a volley from Fonseca. And Brooksby can't get it. Brooksby's getting pissed off. He's about to break something. 4-all. Four games all. Sabalenka didn't have a look at a break point yet. That's strange. Yeah, Bouzkova's got a pretty good serve, though. As the backhand down the line of the forehand to Sabalenka. Bouzkova down the line, passing shot goes wide, and it's deuce. Cartel wins, yep. Also, Keys is winning. Fernandez is down a set. Tiafo is up a set against Norrie, but it's on serve in the second. And Jarry is beating up Tien. All right, deuce as Bouzkova serves again. And she serves an ace. Advantage Bouzkova. Advantage Bouzkova. As Brooksby also serving down love 15 here. And Sabalenka gets out in the return. 5-5. Bouzkova holds. Still no break points against... I don't think any break points. Do players get disqualified right away if they smash their racket on the grass court? No, they get a warning. 5-5. Back to Sabalenka. Good return there from Brooksby. Oh, good passing shot from Brooksby. 15-0. As the return goes in the backhand of Sabalenka. Backing out from Bouzkova. Sabalenka picks up, but Bouzkova puts it away. Love 15. Love 15. Sabalenka serves again. And she hits it wide. Sabalenka, love 30. Sabalenka in trouble. Love 30. Also 30-old Brooksby trying to avoid facing a break point himself. There's a backhand now from Brooksby into the backhand of Fonseca. Brooksby forehand. Again to the back of Fonseca as Brooksby again to the slice of Fonseca. Into the forehand of Brooksby. Fonseca forehand in the net. Brooksby 40-30. To stay in front, Brooksby in the second. Also 15-30. Sabalenka in trouble. 15-30. There's a bit of forehand now. Winner from Bouzkova, 15-40. Bouzkova to get the break. $15.40. Sabalenka in big trouble. 15-40. As we get a lob from Fonseca, but Brooksby puts it away. Brooksby stays in front. 5-4 in the second. All right, 15-40. Sabalenka serves. Double fault. All right, there's the break. There's the break. Bouzkova is going to serve for the first set. Okay. Bouzkova will serve for the first set. All right. We need a carnage emoji, yeah. Let's get into that. Unpopular opinion, Mirra will win Wimbledon. I feel like that's not unpopular. That's just very strange. Strange opinion. Unless you're a super fan of Mirra, I would say incorrect. But who knows? But hey, if you think Mirra's going to win, do your best. 15 love. Fonseca serving to stay in the second set. As the return goes into the forehand of Fonseca, but Fonseca hits wide. 15-0. As Fonseca serves the fourth second serve. Sabalenka, by the way, with a lovely volley winner. She goes to love 15. And then a good return from Brooksby, 15-30. Chance for Brooksby to get the set here. All right, forehand Sabalenka into the forehand of Bouzkova. Sabalenka forehand goes wide, 15-0. As we just slice from Fonseca into the forehand of Brooksby. Fonseca forehand into the back of Brooksby. Drop shot's good. Fonseca with a pass. Brooksby volleys it. Fonseca with a slice. Brooksby volleys it away though. 15-40. Brooksby to take the second. 15-40. 15-40, Brooksby. 2 set points. Served on the tee. Too strong. 30-40. As Fonseca serves into the back of the Brooksby. Brooksby in the net. Fonseca survives. Deuce. Also Sabalenka in trouble. 30-15. Is it a 4 now from Sabalenka as a drop shot winner. 30-all. 30-all. Good serving, Fonseca. Advantage. As Bouzkova serves. 30-all. Good serve down the tee. The return goes in the forehand of Bouzkova. Sabalenka backhand. The backhand of Bouzkova in the net. Sabalenka's got a break point. 30-40. As Fonseca holds. Great hold from 15-40. The Brazilians love it. 5-5 in the second. Okay, and Fonseca's going, let's go. Where's that crowd? They love it. All right, 30-40. Sabalenka to get to the tiebreak. Serve. The backhand Sabalenka. Good return. The forehand of Bouzkova. And then Sabalenka backhand wide. And we get to deuce. We get to deuce. There's a missed backhand. She knows that gets her to the tiebreak. She kind of just pushed at it. Chat, we were talking about this yesterday. And I think it might be true for Sabalenka because we get a lovely drop shot. And then, the big pickup by Fonseca goes wide. As we're going to find out down the line from Bouzkova. Backhand at Sabalenka on the stretch. Bouzkova with a slice. And Sabalenka backhand down the line. Bouzkova passing shot. Sabalenka volleys it away. Though advantage Sabalenka. Somebody said yesterday, well, if seeds start to lose, do other seeded players start to get nervous? And I think it is a case-by-case basis. But I would say with Sabalenka, with Gauff and Pegula losing, I reckon that probably does shake her a little bit. I feel like that does make her nervous, right? I think that would be something that she'd be like, oh shit, now I'm number one, and we said with it's usually the players that it's more just confidence for the underdogs. As Sabalenka gets a lovely winner, and we get to tiebreak. Like Bouzkova's probably thinking, well, if Gauff can lose and if Pegula can lose, then I can beat Sabalenka. So she's probably thinking, I believe. But I feel like Sabalenka is one of those players that could see other players starting to fall that, are in the top 10 and go, oh shit, am I next? Because she's had some upsets. So she knows that, she hasn't always been an automatic, lately in the Grand Slam she has, but, there is always there is potential for upsets to happen, and she hasn't got an easy draw. The next match is going to be between Raducanu or Vondrousova if she does win, so she's going to have to play one of them, and either way it's going to be difficult for different reasons. One has just beaten her, and the other one has a whole stadium on her side. So it's going to be tough no matter what Sabalenka does if she can get through this, but I feel like she would be someone that it could affect her, by seeing, oh shit, Coco lost, who I just played, and Pegula lost, who is also my contemporary, one of my fellow top 10 players. All right, one love Sabalenka. Also, Brooksby holds 6-5. Also, Keys wins. Let's go. Let's go. Keys wins. 1-0. Also, Jerry's up 2 sets of love against Tian. All right. One. I was going to serve out wide the forehand of Sabalenka. Backhand from Bouzkova. The backhand of Sabalenka is Bouzkova. Backhand winner down the line. It's a great shot. 2-1. All right. Fonseca serving to it. Get to a second set tiebreak. Swiatek Sabalenka can only meet in the final. As Brooksby gets the first point, love 15. And 2-1 Bouzkova. Sabalenka serves. Into the forehand of Bouzkova. Return goes in the forehand of Sabalenka. Bouzkova forehand again to the forehand of Sabalenka. To the back of Bouzkova on the stretch. Sabalenka volleys it away, and it's 2-all. All right, Sabalenka serves again. Oh man, Fonseca with a terrible volley. Love 30. Chance for him to take the set. Two-0 in this tiebreak. Serving to the forehand of Bouzkova. Return the back to Sabalenka. Bouzkova backhand. Again, the forehand of Sabalenka. And the forehand of Bouzkova on the stretch. But Sabalenka volleys it away. 3-2 Sabalenka. Also, love 40. Brooksby's got 3 set points. 3 more set points to take the second set. All right, 3-2 Sabalenka. As Fonseca saves another one with a big serve, 15-40. And Sabalenka backhand return winner. They change ends 4-2. Sabalenka. All right, 15-40 as Fonseca serves. Into the forehand of Brooksby. Return the net, 30-40. 4 set points saved by Fonseca. 30-40. As the return goes to backhand Fonseca. Forehand from Brooksby. Into the forehand of Fonseca on the stretch. Brooksby. Backhand cross. Fonseca gets over the slice. Brooksby backhand down the line. Fonseca puts up a lob. But it goes out. And Brooksby takes the second. 1 set all. 7-5. And Fonseca just slipping and sliding all over the place in that rally. All right, Brooksby. He fights back. As Sabalenka hits a slice backhand wide. 4-3 Sabalenka. Sabalenka. All right, 4-3. As Sabalenka serves, Bouzkova trying to get back on serve. Sabalenka serves a fault second serve. Sabalenka serves again. The back of Bouzkova. Return goes forward to Sabalenka. Hits it in the net. 4-0. Is there a rain delay? Nope. Oh, Norrie wins the second. All right, big foe. In a battle. All right, 4-4. Serving to the forehand of Bouzkova, but she hits it out in the return. 5-4 Sabalenka. Sabalenka. As Bouzkova serves again. 5-4. Is she certain? No, she doesn't. She's changed her mind. As the return goes back into Bouzkova. Sabalenka forehand into the forehand of Bouzkova, who puts in the net. 6-4 Sabalenka to take the first set. All right, 6-4. Sabalenka with the 2 set points. As Bouzkova serves a fault. Second serve. Second serve. Into the forehand of Sabalenka. Good return. That's a winner. Sabalenka takes the first in the tiebreak. And she is cruising. Now, she wasn't cruising before the tiebreak. She's cruising now. 7-6. That tiebreak, she controlled. Only Williams take Wimbledon seriously. What, the Williams sisters? Is that what you're saying? All right. Sabalenka takes the first. Yeah, they're starting to play doubles today. Cool. So first set, Sabalenka, 27 winners, 15 errors. Jesus, that's pretty damn good. 11 winners and 6 errors from Bouzkova. Only the 2 breaks of serve and 3 break points. But yeah, Sabalenka, 27 winners and 15 errors. That is scary. That is scary good quality too. Both players playing very well. Sabalenka, 14 out of 18 points won at the net. Holy shit. That's unheard of. All right, Brooksby takes the second. 1 set all. I think Fonzie left the court. That's why there's a delay. Okay. Bouzkova serving first in the second. Cam, do you think Sabalenka will win Wimbledon? Rate would be good. Percentage rate would be good. I don't know what the percentage rate would be. I'm no mathematician. But I'll say this. Sabalenka wins this. I think her best option in the next round is to play Raducanu and to avoid Svitolina. In the quarterfinals, probably plays Keys or Vekic, both very tough. And then the semifinals, she might have to take on Anisimova, Palini, or Osaka. I mean, the semifinals actually maybe favors her if she doesn't play Anisimova. So she hasn't got a good draw. We know that. Everyone had a tough draw. We saw that with Coco. Even Pegula had a tough draw. You know, who would have thought with the first round? That was confusing. But nobody's got an easy draw on the women's side. Maybe Palini. Easier, but not really. Sabalenka needs to probably avoid Vondrousova and Svitolina. But there's a possibility that she plays Mertens in the 4th round because Mertens can play on grass and maybe Mertens beats Svitolina, right? I mean, Raducanu beating Vondi, it'll be an upset if it happens, but, you know, Raducanu did beat her here before. Yeah, so like Sabalenka's draw is not easy, but she could avoid a couple of players, which would be handy. All right, 40 love Bouzkova. Not a mathematician, but an architect with a drawing board? Yeah, well, that's not the same thing. Just because I can draw doesn't mean I can add up. 40 love. Serving to the 4 to Sabalenka. Return. Nope, that was a let. All right, serve again. On the men's side, I don't think anyone has a tougher draw than Fritz. Yeah, Draper's draw was tough until it opened up today. Well, opened up yesterday, but yeah, Fritz's draw is pretty gnarly. You should watch Rublev versus Harris. Nah, not today. All right. 40-15. Svitolina will play Mertens in the third round if she wins today. If Mertens wins as well. Thanks, Cam. I agree. She lost to Marketa, so she needs to avenge that this time. Yeah, we've got to remember as well that when she lost to Vondi, Sabalenka just came off that epic match the day before against Raducanu. So was that a factor? Probably. So yeah, it'll be a great rematch if we get it. And Vondi will have all the confidence for sure. But just because Vondi won their last match doesn't mean. Unless this match is similar to that Raducanu match, then you would think that Sabalenka's coming in here with a little bit of a better, well, she didn't play a match. She won't be playing the day before she plays Vondi. That's a start, Playing a late match that went was as crazy as that last final set was, and then to play Vondrousova the next day, who was having a great week, not ideal. All right. Love 15. Love 15 as Sabalenka tries to hold. $15. Raducanu shouldn't really trouble her, but I'm confident Vondi might. Yeah. And I don't think Raducanu won't trouble Sabalenka. I just think that Sabalenka should be able to handle. Yeah, should be good for Raducanu. It's a better matchup. I think it's a little bit more predictable for Sabalenka, whereas Vondrousova is very. And that's not saying anything bad about Raducanu. It's more crediting Vondrousova. Vondrousova is very hard to figure out. She's an awkward player, whereas Raducanu is a little bit more conventional. So Sabalenka can, it might be more of a power, a power play. The harder hitting them, the better. But Vondi doesn't play those games. She doesn't play those, hitting the ball hard. She makes it awkward, right? As we had a backhand winner from Bouzkova, 30-all. Again, Sabalenka's got to still win this match. It's not over yet. All right. Fonseca breaks first game of the third. 1-love. One love. Fonseca. He breaks. And so the backhand from Sabalenka into the forehand of Bouzkova. Sabalenka backhand again. Bouzkova volley. Sabalenka slice is too good. Great pickup, Sabalenka. 40-30. I won $9,000 from $5. I had Bublik and Musetti losing, plus 10 other matches, early cash out, eventually losing a bet of $88,000. Shit, you're good. What were the 10 matches? What broke the parlay? That's what I want to know. Nice though, congrats. That's a good pickup. What was the one that like would have broken it if you rode it to 88,000? Who would have let you down? Maybe I probably could guess. There's a couple of players that were supposed to win, but then didn't win. There's actually a lot of upsets. I mean, parlays this week must be shocking. Are we switching to Carlos? Not yet. He's not even playing. 15-love. That's Fonseca with the break. Backhand from Brooksby into the forehand of Fonseca. Brooksby forehand to the slice of Fonseca. Into the forehand of Brooksby as Fonseca drop shot in the net. And it's 15-all. Oh, pardon me. 15-all. Fonseca's match can be 5 sets. I feel that too. Winner down the line from Fonseca, 30-15. I've had a window of 5 minutes before Dimitrov took over Nakashima and eventually... Oh, so you picked Nakashima, did you? That was the one that would have got you. Okay. Well, good work. Fonseca serves on the tee, the forehand of Brooksby. And then Fonseca puts a forehand straight to Brooksby, but he can't handle it. 40-15. 40-15. Fonseca serves. Into the forehand of Brooksby. He hits it out. 2-love Fonseca. 2-love in the third. All right, Sabalenka, she's got a set. It's 1-all. Congrats on 250,000 subs. Thank you. Appreciate that. You're all right. Barbara isn't on either center court or court 1 tomorrow. I mean, yeah. It's sad, but obviously. Only like the top 5 get center court or the British. And that's... Or the defending champion on day 1 or 2. But yeah, Krejcikova, she'll get... I'll tell you what, Krejcikova will get center court if she plays Andreeva, maybe. Even then, probably not. Krejcikova's probably not getting center court until the quarterfinals. Navarro Krejcikova, that's not going to be center court. Krejcikova Andreeva, maybe, because Andreeva's like, this new player, a young player that, and Krejcikova defending champion, maybe, but I doubt it, especially if there's British players in the mix. So I think Krejcikova's next chance on center court will probably be if she makes the quarterfinals and plays Bencic. All right, 40-30. Do you do giveaways? Only when we get enough donations. Like if you donate $20, I'll give away. Or sorry, not $20. $200. I'll give away a hat. All right, Fonseca trying to get this double break here. 15-40. But a cheaper option to get a hat would just go to the store. Go to the Tennis Talk store, and you can Just buy a hat for cheaper. Probably. But yeah, $200 to be in the giveaway. What a deal. I know, right? It's amazing. Anyways, Brooksby hits it out. 3 love. 3 love. Yeah, go to tennistalk.shop if you want stuff. All right. Fonseca taken over. By the way, chat, once this Wimbledon is over and I have a second to breathe and use my brain and think, the store will start to look a lot fuller because I have a lot of things I need to put in the store. So if you like tennis, the store will be tennis. There'll be tennis things in the store. Osaka is playing today. Won't be easy against Sinikova. Yeah, that'd be a fun match to watch. Hopefully we can watch that later. Well, let me check when she's playing. Oh, she's playing after... she's coming up pretty soon, to be honest. Anyways. Yeah, if you're new here, don't donate $200. I'm just kidding. That was a joke. It was a joke. Keep your money. We do giveaways sometimes, but not like... Not often. Only when it makes sense. Okay. 3 love Fonseca. Norrie's up 3-1 in the third. Uh-oh. Cam never takes a break. That is true. It's one of my flaws. There's a bit of 4 now down the line from Fonseca. Goes long. Love 15. What are Raducanu's strengths? Her forehand. Oh, love 15. Brooksby trying to get one of these breaks back. All right, 15 love here, Sabalenka. There's a return from Bouzkova in that. 30 love. Alcaraz match starts in 27 minutes. No, Alcaraz match starts after Sabalenka. All right, 30 love. All right. 15-30. Chance for Brooksby to get one of these breaks. Back. All right, 40 love. Sabalenka. To level this second set. She comes in with a swing volley, puts it away. And it's 2-all in the second. As Fonseca goes down 2 break points here, 15-40. Fonseca will be seeded at the US Open for sure. I hope so. All right, 15-40. As Fonseca serves. Into the backhand of Brooksby. Fonseca backhand. Again to the backhand of Brooksby. Comes the net. Slice from Fonseca. Brooksby volley. Up goes a lob by Fonseca. Brooksby's going to hit a forehand. Run to the baseline. And then Fonseca hits it wide. 1 break back. 3-1 Fonseca. Sabalenka trying to get the break here in the second. Love 15. She comes in with a volley. Lob is too short, and Sabalenka volleys it away. Love 30. Love 30. This is Wimbledon, WTA finest random ever since Serena. Yeah. Hello. Hello. Love 30s with a forehand out to the backhand of Sabalenka. Bouzkova lob. And Sabalenka puts away the smash. Love 40. Love 40. You see how Cam just dismisses the strength question? Maybe they are the same as Dasha. That's our only apparent. Bro, what are you saying? Can you speak directly? 1540. What am I dismissing? 1540. As the return goes in the backhand of Bouzkova. Drop shots in the net, though. Sabalenka breaks. 3-2. Yeah, what are they saying? What is that person talking about? Do you understand? You know what they're saying? What are they saying? What are they saying? I don't understand either. All right. Sabalenka 3-2. I don't get it. Cam said her forehand is her strength. Who, Raducanu? Yeah, look at his forehand. It's great. 30-15. As we ace down the tee from Brooksby, 40-15. 40-15. I was patting my dog. What were you saying? Hashnov in a fight in the second. Whoa. Okay. 40-30. Brooksby to hang in tough. What's my UTR? I don't have one. My dog's name is Mia. Uh, 40-30. Is that back and goes in the net from Fonseca? And it's 3-2. Fonseca still has the break. Cam, did you notice this is a great chance for Mirra Andreeva to draw open nicely? Yeah, but everyone who says that, then they lose. Like people were saying that last week, and then she lost. Don't say anything about Andreeva, because if you start talking about it, she'll lose. Just let Andreeva play and just pretend like she's not playing, all right? Just don't say anything. Just keep it quiet. Don't jinx her. Harry Potter. All right. Sabalenka, 40 love. Sabalenka, puts away the smash. 4-2. 4-2 in In the second. In an alternate universe where Barty is able to close out the match against Shelby Rogers, Raducanu never wins a US Open. Barty wins the US Open and gets a career slam. I mean, maybe. I mean, that's not an automatic. There were still tough matches that Barty would have had to play. But there was definitely an opportunity for sure. But by that point, I think Barty was... she was going to retire after Wimbledon. So that's why I think she played the Olympics because it was straight after Wimbledon. And then she went on and played the US Open. And then she reluctantly played the Australian Open and won that and then retired after that. So, but if you listen to Barty, she wasn't going to go play after Wimbledon that year. But the Olympics, she was going to miss the Olympics, I think, as well. Somebody convinced her to play the Olympics, and then she stuck around for about 6 more months and then said that's enough. So we're lucky we even got her playing that US Open, but I don't think she would have won because I don't think she was locked in to winning that tournament. I think she would have. If she didn't lose to Rogers, she would have maybe struggled anyway in the end. I mean, she could have lost to Raducanu in that round. You never know. All right. Sabalenka with the break, 4-2 in the second. Fonseca, by the way, trying to keep this break. He was 3-love up with a double break. All right, Fonseca holds 4-2 in the third. All right. All right, Fonseca, lovely return, love 15. Sabalenka with the break in the second as well. All right, nice drop shot from Brooksby, 15-all. Thank you, London lady. Appreciate it. And thank you for the 32 months. Appreciate that. Norrie is somehow awkward player to watch. Yeah. Hashanov wins the second set tiebreak. Okay. All right, 15-all here as Brooksby serves a fault. Second serve. All right. Brooksby almost gave me a headache. Why? I feel if Sabalenka makes the final, there ain't no way she's doing 3 straight finals in a row. I just don't see that. Yeah, and most likely, if she does make the final, she's not going to play Madison Keys or... Well, she's definitely not going to play Coco Gauff. She might play Raducanu, but I think if she makes the final, she's most likely probably going to play someone that she can beat, who hasn't been there before, maybe. That's a possibility. It's always a possibility on the WTA side. You know, it might be a new finalist, you know. Sigemund just won against Fernandez, did she? Yep, easily as well. 2 and 3. Damn. All right. 15 love. Sabalenka trying to keep this break. And Fonseca trying to get the double break again. And that goes in the net on the forehand from Bouzkova. 30 love. Also, Jarry beats Tien in straights. So he continues his good run. All right, Fonseca. A chance to get that double break and serve for the third. Advantage Fonseca. As the backhand return goes to forehand to Brooksby. Brooksby in the net. Fonseca 5-2. Fonseca 5-2. He's going to serve for a 2-1 lead. By the way, Chad, if Brooksby does win this... Sorry, not Brooksby. If Fonseca wins this, he's played 3 Grand Slam main draws this year and in his career, and he's made the third round each time. That's pretty impressive. Like, Chad, I got to remind you every time, this guy's like 19. This guy turns 19 in a month. He's an 18-year-old playing his first ever Wimbledon, first ever all the slams, and he's gone... Sorry, second round Australian Open, third round French, third round Wimbledon if he wins this. I mean, he did play Wimbledon qualies last year, lost first round. But to make the main draw and win, like, consistently at 18, I mean, it's crazy. It's a crazy start. He's going to serve a 2-1 lead. By the way, the winner of these matches, Sabalenka 5-3, by the way. The winner of this match will take on Jarry now. So Fonseca, Jarry, South American battle. Winner to go to the 4th round. And then Sabalenka, she'll play the winner of Andreeva Raducanu later. They'll play later today. So we'll see if Sabalenka can get it done if she hits it out. Bad forehand from Sabalenka. She knows it. 15 love. As Fonseca puts away the easy smash. 15 love. Domain.
Been watching for years. Now we're even.
Thank you for the 50. Holy hell. Thank you for that. You didn't need to do that. I appreciate you being here, but you don't need to do that. Can we get some salutes for Domain in the chat for the $50? Holy hell. Thank you for continuing to watch the channel. I appreciate it. All right, 30 love Fonseca as he comes to the net with a drop shot. Passing shot lob by Brooksby. And then Fonseca hits a tweener, but it goes out. And it's 30-15. 30-15. Oh, pardon me. 30-15. As Fonseca serves again. Fault, second serve. As Bouzkova comes to net with the volley and puts it away. Sabalenka's going to serve for the match. As a backhand slice now to the backhand volley of Fonseca. And then, the backhand winner by Brooksby. Fonseca on the ground. And it's 30-0. Norrie's up 2-1 against Tiafo. That's a battle. All right, Fonseca diving for that backhand. Can be your favorite players, Eala and Fonseca, by any chance? They're not my favorite players, but they are. I do like watching them, yeah. Kazakhina is my favorite player. Hey, Lois, thank you for becoming a member. Appreciate it. Or Luis, I'm sorry if I pronounced your name wrong. Thank you for becoming a member. What I ended up having for breakfast yesterday? A breakfast burrito. All right, 30-all. Drop shot Fonseca. Brooksby gets with a pass, but it's wide. 40-30. Set points for Fonseca to take a 2-1 lead. And Sabalenka is going to serve for the match. All right, set point as Fonseca eventually hits it out. We get the deuce. Nice volley from Sabalenka, and it's 15-love. Buksha won the first set against Vekic. Ooh, that sucks. All right, deuce. Fonseca serves again. Into the back of Brooksby. Return goes in, and Fonseca smashes away. All right. Fonseca to take a 2-1 lead. Sabalenka's up 30-love. With Alcaraz coming up after Sabalenka as well, so stay tuned. 30-love. An advantage. Fonseca serve out wide. Brooksby gets it back. And then Fonseca puts it away. He's got a 2-1 lead against Brooksby. And Sabalenka gets a backhand cross court. It's too strong. 40-love. Sabalenka's got 3 match points to take her spot in the third round and await the winner of the match we're watching later today between Raducanu and Vondrousova. Sabalenka serves. A fault. Second serve. Serve in the back into Bouzkova. Return the back into Sabalenka. Bouzkova forehand on the stretch. Sabalenka forehand inside out winner. There it is. Sabalenka survives. A bit of a tough test. She's into the third round. And things are going to get tougher. She's going to have to play Raducanu in the crowd or Vondrousova, who she just lost to a couple of weeks ago. Okay. Sabalenka takes the win. That was tough, yeah. I mean, the first set, she could have lost the first set easily. I mean, Bouzkova was serving for the first set at 6-5. Hey, thank you, Bing Tang, for the membership as well. Appreciate that. Alcaraz coming up next. Yep. Alcaraz coming up next. Carlos Alcaraz. Bouzkova is a tough player. Oh, yeah, for sure. This is one of her best closing games. Yeah. All right. We're going to merge the streams. You want to keep watching the Fonseca-Brooksby match or the Alcaraz match that's coming up soon. Jump on over. But good win by Sabalenka. And she gets to the third round, but things are just getting started. Things are going to get tough. Things are going to get much tougher because she's going to have to play a very tricky opponent in the next round, no matter who it ends up being. But Sabalenka is through. to the third round of Wimbledon. Number 1 in the world. Favourite to win. Even more so now that all the other players have lost. She's into the third round. She'll play in a couple of days. We'll see her on Friday.